Chapter 271 Are you really lazy? You'll die if you walk downstairs a few steps. Young Master Yi, if this level of treasure is auctioned in this way in the future, isn't it a bit too wasteful? Thinking that someone might buy a piece of golden silkworm star stone or a small bottle of soul-purifying water with a low-grade spirit stone in the future, Xiao Ming felt inexplicably distressed, even though he liked this business model very much. Wasteful? Is it bad to be wasteful? You decide how to bid and who can participate in the bidding. Everything depends on your mood. Have you ever thought about how many big forces will come to you to show goodwill? Even just to get a good impression from you, if you want to destroy a sect, there will be countless big forces to help you. This intangible value will be far beyond your imagination. At that time, fame, money, and power are all things that you can easily get. At this point, Yi Feng paused, and then continued, you can also modify this model. You can use one or two good things as the finale auction items, and the rest are normal auctions. Can you imagine how many people will send things to your auction house for auction, and how many people will buy those ordinary auction items at high prices? People must learn to be flexible. After hearing Yi Feng's words, Xiao Ming was completely shocked. This is the spendthrift god in his father's mouth? This is simply a business genius. Young Master Yi, I understand. I will definitely do this auction beautifully at noon. After saying that, Xiao Ming left Yi Feng's guest room. This business model cannot be copied by others, because only Tianyu Auction House has those good things. Xiao Ming is very clear about this. Thinking that he is likely to develop Tianyu Auction House into the first auction house in Shantian continent, he suddenly has endless motivation. Now even if Xia Tianyu comes back and wants to take over the auction house again, he will not give up. As for cultivation, with endless money and natural treasures, even if he lacks some time for cultivation, his cultivation speed will not necessarily decrease. Near noon. At this time, a huge crowd had already gathered outside the Tianyu auction house. Handsome blood? Why are you here? In the crowd, when Luo Qianxue saw the figure of the blood-sucking mantis, she also squeezed over quickly, and then asked with a surprised face. Sect Master? It was Yi Xiao who asked me to come. He said that if anyone dared to make trouble here, I would kill a kid with a tripod and teach them to be a new person. Seeing Luo Qianxue suddenly appearing beside him, the blood-sucking mantis also hurriedly explained. There are many protectors around him, and you are not needed here at all. Go back to the sect. After knowing the purpose of the blood-sucking mantis here, Luo Qianxue thought about it, but asked the blood-sucking mantis to return to the sect directly, because she had heard from Yi Xiaotang before that there were 10 protectors of their level. She wanted to take this opportunity to see if she could see the rest of them. What should I do? Yi Xiao asked me to guard here, but the sect master asked me to go back to the sect. Who should I listen to? Hearing Luo Qianxue's words, the blood-sucking mantis also showed a trace of embarrassment on its face. At this moment, it wished that Brother Go was by its side. If Brother Go was there, it wouldn't have to worry so much and would just listen to Brother Go. Handsome blood, obey the master's orders and return to the sect. Just when the blood-sucking mantis was in great confusion, Yi Feng's voice suddenly rang out from its mind. Master, I will go back to the sect first. After hearing Yi Feng's words, the blood-sucking mantis looked at Luo Qianxue with a sense of relief and said, then he carried the 9 dragons burning heaven cauldron beside him and walked out of the crowd with arrogant steps. Wherever he passed, the crowd automatically made way for him. Not for anything else, but because they sensed a trace of danger on the blood-sucking mantis. A window on the 3rd floor of the auction house. Young Master Yi, look at that guy holding the big cauldron, he is so arrogant. But it also proves that the promotion time this time is still too short. The strength of the cultivators who came here is average, otherwise why would they all make way for him? Looking at the extremely conspicuous blood-sucking mantis in the crowd, Xiaoming also chatted with Yifeng, beside him. It is the guardian demon of our sect, with the strength of the Ascension realm. If anyone dares not to give way to it, the consequence will be one ding and one kid. After hearing Xiaoming's words, Yifeng also smiled and introduced the identity of the blood-sucking mantis. What? A guardian demon of the Ascension realm? Stunned. After Xiaoming learned the news, he was completely stunned. You know, even his father only had the strength of the third level of the Tribulation realm. It can be said that the strong men in the Ascension realm are simply the mountains he needs to look up to. Did you see the woman in white? She is the leader of my sect and also my master. I will give her a place to bid. Yifeng pointed at Luo Qianxue in the crowd and continued to speak to Xiaoming. Got it. Young Master Yi, the time is almost up. I will go downstairs to prepare first. After that, Xiaoming also jumped directly from the window, instantly attracting the attention of everyone below. Fuck. You are so lazy, you will die if you walk downstairs for a few steps. Finding that Luo Qianxue below had noticed him directly, Yifeng wanted to kick Xiaoming to death. He never thought that the other party would jump directly from the window. Sure enough. I knew that this auction must be related to him. See how I torture you this time. Seeing Yifeng standing at the window on the third floor, Luo Qianxue also showed a hint of expectation. She had been tortured by Yifeng all the time. This time, she must have a good time. System, I'm the one who organized this auction. In order to ensure my personal safety, should I send a formal prodigal guard to protect me in advance? Yifeng suddenly asked the system. Ding. Special event, meets the conditions for early protection. As the system sounded, a space crack appeared in the guest room, and Yi Xiaohe, wearing a black windbreaker, quickly walked out of the space crack. Huh? Xiaohe, what happened to your face? Looking at the bruised and swollen Yi Xiaohe, Yifeng asked with surprise. My lord, I was beaten by the two guys in front of me. They said I was arrogant and dared to ignore them, so they taught me a lesson. Hearing Yifeng's question, Yi Xiaohe also explained with embarrassment. Arrogant? Why are you arrogant? After hearing this, Yifeng continued to ask curiously. My lord, didn't I say last time that I would make it up to Yi Xiaoguang, so I promised him that he wouldn't be beaten in the next few days? The people behind me don't have any objections. After all, I will be beaten for Yi Xiaoguang. They will feel very happy if they can beat me for a few days, but the two guys in front of me don't think so. They think I am not qualified to be beaten for Yi Xiaoguang. In the end, they killed me. In the end, Yi Xiaohe regretted it so much that he only blamed his arrogant promise at the beginning. Chapter 272, I have a tripod and a small blood mist. I can do it too. I didn't expect you to be so united and friendly. Hearing Xiaohe's words, Yifeng couldn't help laughing. He really liked this kind of prodigal guards with thoughts, feelings, and personality. Okay, from now on, you will stay by my side. If there are any problems at the auction, you will follow my orders. Peng. After hearing this, Yi Xiaohe knelt on one knee towards Yifeng, and then said respectfully, Xiaohe obeys your orders. Everyone, I know that many of you must not believe that our Tianyu auction house has those precious treasures. But I, Xiaoming, put my words here today. If those things don't appear at the auction later, my Tianyu auction house will allow you to smash and destroy them. As Xiaoming's voice fell, the crowd also became agitated. Most of them came here to join in the fun, but now it seems that the other party is serious. However, after hearing this, Yifeng, who was in the guest room on the third floor, showed a hint of disappointment on his face, and then muttered to himself, what a promise. If you want to participate, then participate. If you don't want to participate, then get out. I'm not begging them to participate, let them get used to this bad habit. Xiaoming is still too young, he really needs more training. If it were Elder Xia, he would definitely shout in an extremely arrogant manner, "Believe it if you want to, get out if you don't believe it." Thinking of this, Yifeng felt that after the auction was over, he should teach Xiaoming a lesson. Outside the auction house. Everyone, because the auction house has limited space, only a small number of people can participate in the auction. The bidding quota does not depend on strength or money. As long as I like you, you are eligible to participate in this auction. Boom. After hearing this, the people gathered here exploded instantly. No strength. No money. They have participated in countless auctions, but this is the first time they have heard of such a strange selection method, and they feel that they have been disrespected, especially some cultivators from large sects and powerful independent cultivators. When Luo Qianxue in the crowd heard this, her expression was stunned, because this made her feel inexplicably familiar. Xiaoming. I advise you to take back what you just said, otherwise, the consequences are not something you can afford. Even your father, Xia Tianyu, dare not do this. At this moment, a middle-aged man in a grey Taoist robe looked at Xiaoming with dissatisfaction and threatened him directly. Xiaohei, kill him. Then you stand next to Xiaoming. Anyone who dares to raise doubts, dissatisfaction, or threats will be killed. Yi Feng on the third floor drank a sip of tea and spoke directly to Yi Xiaohei, who was standing next to him. Xiaohei obeys. After saying that, Yi Xiaohei jumped out of the window and landed next to Xiaoming in midair. Hearing the grey-robed man's threat, Xiaoming was about to say something when he found that there was suddenly a cold-faced black-robed man beside him. Peng. As Yi Xiaohei stretched out his right hand to the grey-robed man, and then suddenly clenched it, a gorgeous blood mist instantly bloomed in the eyes of the people around him, and the noisy crowd instantly quieted down. Young master, Yi asked me to come. Just keep going, leave everything else to me. Seeing Xiaoming, who was full of fear, Yi Xiaohei directly revealed his identity. Boom. At this moment, a strong breath burst out from the crowd, and a white-haired old man flew up directly into the air, then stared at Xiaoming and said coldly, "We sincerely came to participate in the auction held by your Tianyu auction house, but you killed innocent people. Is this the style of Tianyu auction house?" Zhan Xuesong. He is Zhan Xuesong, a peak 9-layer strongman who has survived 6 heavenly thunder tribulations. As the old man's voice fell, someone in the crowd recognized the old man, and then shouted with excitement. After hearing this, the expressions of the people around him also changed. A strong man who has survived 6 heavenly thunder tribulations is already an existence they look up to. However, what made the people around him uneasy was that the mysterious man in black slowly raised his right hand towards Zhan Xuesong. This familiar scene made their hearts lift up. Everyone's eyes turned to Zhan Xuesong at this time. They also wanted to know whether the strong man who had survived the 6 heavenly thunder tribulations could withstand the opponent's strange attack. Peng. As a ball of blood mist appeared again, the eyes of the people below were instantly filled with endless fear. Killed in one stroke. Even the strong man who had survived the 6 heavenly thunder tribulations was killed in one stroke and turned directly into a ball of blood mist. They dared not imagine what kind of terrifying realm the mysterious man in black had reached. And there were many people in the crowd who were ready to shout, and they were almost scared to death at this time. As long as you dare to question, you dare to threaten, people will not give you any chance at all, and will directly wipe you out. They are really afraid of such a brutal way of handling. The third one. This indifferent man in a black windbreaker is definitely the third protector of my prodigal disciple. In the crowd, Luo Qianxue saw the decisive man in black, and a trace of fear appeared in her eyes. On a roof in the distance. That's it? It's just blood mist, I can do it too. I can create a small blood mist with each cauldron, and there can be minced meat in the blood mist. Isn't it better looking than this? I finally got a chance to show off. Why did I run into the sect master? The blood-sucking mantis saw this scene in the distance and muttered to itself, with reluctance on its face. With this small scene, it felt that it could do it too. Everyone, does anyone have any opinions about my selection method? Seeing the black-cloaked man next to him so fierce, Xiaoming instantly gained confidence and directly scanned the crowd below and asked. Okay, since no one has any opinions, I will start selecting people. As he said, the first person Xiaoming pointed out was Luo Qianxue in the crowd, and then he began to randomly select people by looking at their faces. As long as he liked them, they would be directly selected. This stinky boy actually dared to let me participate in this auction, so don't blame me for disgusting you later. Luo Qianxue, who was the first to enter the auction house, also showed a little devil-like smile at this time. She knew that her chance to get rid of the big enemy had finally come. Why did the master come to this auction? From the things promoted, she should be able to guess that this auction must be related to me. Does she want to completely consolidate her position as a big enemy? In the guest room on the third floor, Yifeng also muttered to himself with a puzzled face. Chapter 273, Hit Twice in a Row, Born to be an Enemy? Auction Hall. At this time, there were already 300 people seated in the hall, and everyone began to look forward to the 5 auction items. Everyone, before the auction begins, I want to remind you of one thing, that is, the bidding method of this auction is somewhat special. The 5 boxes on this table contain 5 auction items for this auction, and on the bottom of the box, there are some words engraved, and those words are the special features of this auction method. Okay, no more nonsense, now let's start bidding on the first auction item. As he said, Xiaoming directly opened the first box, and the 3 golden silkworm star stones inside also appeared directly in everyone's sight. Hiss. Although they didn't understand what Xiaoming meant before, when everyone saw the golden silkworm star stone, they all took a breath of cold air, and then everyone's eyes showed an extremely hot look. A low-grade spirit stone. Just when everyone was shocked, excited, Luo Qianxue was the first to call out the price with a calm expression. A low-grade spirit stone? Playing? That's the golden silkworm star shine stone, a golden silkworm star shine stone that can absorb the heavenly Tao thunder tribulation, and there are 3 of them, but you bid a low-grade spirit stone? After hearing this bid, the 299 people around showed an unbelievable look in their eyes. It's no exaggeration to say that if they were the organizers, they would even think that the other party was deliberately ruining the scene. Who would be embarrassed by a low-grade spirit stone? And Xiaoming, who was standing on the auction table, couldn't believe his ears at this time. Although this first auction item will be sold at the lowest price, in his opinion, no matter which bidder, the first price shouted must be his entire worth. But what the hell is this low-grade spirit stone? Thinking that 3 golden silkworm star shine stones were sold for a low-grade spirit stone, Xiaoming's heart was almost broken. Are you stupid? Are you all stupid? Whoever wants to be the wronged one, can be the wronged one. I'm here to cause trouble today. Looking at the reactions of the people around her, Luo Qianxue showed a smug look. 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals, this is all my worth. If there is a higher price, I will give up. At this time, a middle-aged man in the crowd directly shouted out the price. 100,000 low-grade spirit crystals. Want to get these 3 golden silkworm star shining stones, you are dreaming. I bid 1 million low-grade spirit crystals. I bid 1.5 million low-grade spirit crystals. As more and more people shouted, the price finally stopped at 8.8 million low-grade spirit crystals. That fat guy looks like a big loser. 3 pieces of golden silkworm star shining stones that are only suitable for building huts cost 8.8 million low-grade spirit crystals. He is really a big loser. In my opinion, anyone who buys it with a low-grade spirit stone is a big loser. Seeing the smug look on the face of the fat monk not far away, Luo Qianxue also looked down on him with great disdain. Even if in the eyes of others, the fat monk has made a lot of money, in her eyes, he has lost a lot. She even forgot that in Tiandao City, a piece of golden silkworm star shining stone was sold for 100,000 Tiandao points, which is 100,000 top-grade spirit crystals. The price in Tiandao City is not the same as the price of golden silkworm star shining stones in the lower realms, because Tiandao City can earn Tiandao points by working. However, what made everyone feel strange was that although no one was bidding anymore, Xiaoming, who was standing on the auction table, did not knock down the auction hammer for a long time. Okay, since no one is bidding anymore, let's first reveal the special bidding rules for this first auction item. As he said that, Xiaoming directly picked up the box containing the golden silkworm star shine stone and turned the bottom with the words engraved on it to the 300 bidders below. Lowest price sold. When everyone saw these 5 big words, they once wondered if there was something wrong with their eyes. Other people's auctions are all for the highest bidder, but when it comes to your Tianyu auction house, it becomes the lowest price sold? Wait. When everyone came to their senses, they all looked at Luo Qianxue, who was completely stunned at this time. A low-grade spirit stone. The other party actually successfully bid for 3 pieces of golden silkworm star shine stone with a low-grade spirit stone. Who would dare to believe this if they told others? Big jerk? I'm the big jerk again. I just want to do something. I don't want to buy this broken thing. Luo Qianxue, who had recovered from her shock, wanted to cry to death. She had calculated everything, but she had never expected that the auction organized by her prodigal disciple would not follow the rules. Why? You used a low-grade spirit stone to bid for 3 golden silkworm star stones. Are you still wronged? It's just a low-grade spirit stone. Do you think it's too much? When everyone noticed Luo Qianxue's aggrieved and uncomfortable expression, if eyes could kill, Luo Qianxue would have been killed 299 times. Although everyone was extremely dissatisfied with this special rule, especially the fat monk who could have won the bid, they looked at the terrifying man in black who was staring at them not far away, and they very tactfully accepted this auction rule. Okay, next is the second auction item. As he said that, Xiaoming directly opened the second box, and 3 palm-sized small bottles of soul-purifying water appeared in everyone's sight. I declare that the second auction item, 3 bottles of soul-purifying water, is now open. I bid 1 low-grade spirit stone. I bid 2 low-grade spirit stones. As Xiaoming's words fell, 2 people shouted out their prices impatiently, and Luo Qianxue in the crowd shouted in disbelief, I bid 3 low-grade spirit stones. When many people bid later, Luo Qianxue smiled. She believed that no matter how Yifeng did not follow the routine, her price would never be unexpected. Soon, the price finally stopped at 1,320 low-grade spirit stones. The final price this time was a far cry from the final price of the first time. Crap. However, when everyone saw the 6 characters third reserve price engraved on the bottom of the box containing the soul-purifying water, everyone couldn't help but swear in their hearts. They really wanted to shout to Xiaoming loudly, auctions are not played like this. However, when everyone realized that Luo Qianxue won the bid again this time, many people showed a thoughtful look. With such irregular bidding rules, one person could win twice in a row. Is this possible? At this time, many people have begun to regard Luo Qianxue as a shill of Tianyu auction house. And they also realized that this auction was probably a gimmick deliberately created by Tianyu auction house, that is, deliberately promoting that they have these good things in the auction, but after the things were auctioned, they actually returned to their hands. Can this be one? After I was reborn, I was born with the fate of a wronged species? Luo Qianxue, who was sitting on the chair, was almost crazy at this time. She really didn't want to buy these garbage. She came here to get rid of her identity as a big wronged species, not to consolidate her identity as a big wronged species. Chapter 274 It's just an auction, but they're still using psychological tactics. Start auctioning the third item. As Xiao Ming's voice sounded again, when the third box was opened, the 3 9-leaf soul-returning grass inside appeared in everyone's sight. There really is 9-leaf soul-returning grass. When everyone saw the 9-leaf soul-restoring grass in the box, they all showed an extremely shocked look. 50,000 low-grade spirit crystals. 13,000 low-grade spirit crystals. After being shocked, everyone began to bid quickly, and they did not start with 1 low-grade spirit stone. Regardless of whether Luo Qianxue was a shill or not, they bid as they wished. After all, the special rules had been engraved on the bottom of the box. Maybe they could catch up. 500,000 low-grade spirit crystals. At this moment, Luo Qianxue gritted her teeth and bid again. If she backed down, she would really not be able to get rid of the identity of a big loser. It's over, this agent is bidding again. Is the bidding rule of 9-leaf soul-restoring grass 500,000 low-grade spirit crystals? She is the 13th person to bid. If nothing unexpected happens, the special rule of 9-leaf soul-restoring grass should allow the person who bids the 13th time to win the bid. Forget it, even if I bid again, I'm afraid this 9-leaf soul-restoring grass is also from this agent. I won't bid anymore. After hearing Luo Qianxue's bid, everyone had their own ideas in their hearts, but they all agreed that no one continued to bid. Since they knew that the other party would definitely win the bid, why should they be the clown who played the supporting role? What's going on? You guys bid. After finding that no one continued to bid, Luo Qianxue was stunned. This weird situation made her extremely uneasy. Okay, since no one is bidding anymore, let's reveal the special bidding rules for the third auction item. As he spoke, Xiao Ming on the auction table picked up the box containing the 9-leaf resurrection grass and let everyone see the words engraved on the bottom. Fuck. This Tianyu auction house is so toxic. Not only are the bidding rules special, but they also use psychological tactics. When everyone saw the 4 big words, "the highest bidder wins," engraved on the bottom of the box, everyone's mentality completely collapsed. This time, they clearly had the opportunity to bid for these 3 9-leaf resurrection grasses, but they missed this opportunity by being smart. Now they all want to slap themselves in the face. I'm still too young. It turns out that everything is under the control of Master Yi. That man is Master Ye's master. If nothing unexpected happens, Master Yi must have told the other party the special bidding rules for these auction items. He transferred the goods from one hand to the other hand. Not only did he not suffer any loss, but he also promoted the reputation of Tianyu auction house. This time I really learned a lesson. Looking at Luo Qianxue below, Xiao Ming felt that this auction really benefited him a lot. Don't mess with me anymore. Can this be one? Why didn't these big bastards continue to bid just now? At this time, Luo Qianxue's mentality was the same as everyone else's, and she was completely broken. At an auction, people who didn't bid for the auction item went crazy, and people who bid for the auction item also went crazy. I'm afraid Yi Feng didn't expect this to happen. Okay, next is the 4th auction item. At this moment, Xiao Ming on the auction table directly opened the 4th box, and the 3 3-leaf figs inside appeared directly in everyone's sight. However, what surprised Xiao Ming was that this time, none of the 300 people sitting below shouted for the first time. Everyone was paying attention to the movements of others. They never dreamed that just an auction had reached the level of a battle of wits and courage. What should I do? When I came here, I agreed to get up from where I fell, but not only did I not get up, but I fell 3 times again. Should I continue to bid? At this time, Luo Qianxue was also entangled. She was afraid of continuing to win the bid, but she was unwilling to continue to be a sucker. If she had known that the situation of this auction was so abnormal, she would never come to wade into this muddy water. Everyone, why don't you bid? If no one bids, then this auction item will be unsold. Seeing that no one bids for a long time among the 300 people below, Xiaoming also hurriedly reminded everyone. Bid? How to bid? Bid high or low? The first bid or the third bid? Hearing Xiaoming's reminder, everyone below cursed in their hearts. Although the auction items were top-quality treasures, there were so many tricks that they were really about to be overwhelmed. No matter what, I bid 10,000 low-grade spirit crystals. In the depressing atmosphere, someone finally couldn't stand it and shouted out loud. As the first person called out the price, everyone behind him also started to shout. Let's go for it. There are 2 more auction items. I will bid as I please. As long as I don't win the bid once, I will be completely over. Seeing that everyone around her started to bid frantically, Luo Qianxue finally made a decision and joined the bidding again. Dong. 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 As a knock on the door sounded, Yifeng opened his eyes dazedly, then sat up from the bed and shouted directly, "The door is not closed, come in. I took a nap and I feel refreshed. If nothing unexpected happens, the auction should have ended, but I don't know what the situation is. I hope Xiaoming won't let me down." Yifeng was also looking forward to the auction at this time. Squeak. As the door knocked, Xiaoming, who looked happy, and Luo Qianxue, who looked distressed, walked in directly from outside. Hey! 5 auction items, 5 different special auction rules, I won all of them. Am I really born with a grudge? I don't know what the reaction of Yifeng, the stinky boy, will be when he knows this situation. Sighing, Luo Qianxue looked at Yifeng, who was sitting on the bed, and a bitter smile appeared on her face. Young Master Yi. This auction is a great success. Everything is under young Master Yi's control, without any mistakes. At this time, Xiaoming looked at Yifeng excitedly and said. A great success is fine, but what does it mean that everything is under my control? For some reason, after hearing Xiaoming's words, Yifeng felt a little uneasy. Xiaoming. What do you mean by this? Why don't I understand it? What do you mean by everything under my control? With doubts and uneasiness, Yifeng also looked at Xiaoming and asked directly. Young Master Yi, didn't you discuss with your master in advance and let your master bid for all 5 auction items? Hearing Yifeng's words, Xiaoming also showed a puzzled look and spoke. Chapter 275 Master, it's not an accident, it's destiny. What? Hearing Xiaoming's words, Yifeng also showed a shocked look and looked at Luo Qianxue on the side. Master. I designed 5 different special bidding rules for those 5 auction items, and you bought them all? Are you here to support your disciples, or to mess things up? Looking at Luo Qianxue, Yifeng also asked with a shocked face. Disciple, if I say this is all accidental, do you believe it? Hearing Yifeng's question, Luo Qianxue also asked back helplessly. Master. Once is an accident, 5 times is not an accident, it is simply destined. Looking at the depressed Luo Qianxue at this time, Yifeng was really scared. He never dreamed that all 5 auction items could be bought by the same person. Even if he was lucky, he couldn't be so accurate. Destined? Born with a resentful fate? Hearing Yifeng's words, Luo Qianxue's mentality completely collapsed. She swore that in the future, as long as her prodigal disciple sold anything again, she would definitely stay away and never participate again. Master. Master, are you leaving now? Looking at Luo Qianxue jumping out of the window, Yifeng wanted to cry to death. This was the first meaningful auction he organized in the other world. Who would have thought that it would be ruined by his master, the great enemy? He now understood that his master was here to consolidate his position as the great enemy, which was exactly the same as he had guessed before. What he didn't expect was that none of the 5 auction items were left for others. My lord. I noticed that many people are following your master, which may be harmful to your master. Do you want me to go over and get rid of them all now? At this moment, Yi Xiaohe suddenly walked in from outside, and then looked directly at Yi Feng and asked. No need. With Shui Bishue protecting master in secret, nothing will go wrong. After hearing what Yi Feng said, Yi Xiaohe said no more, but he was also envious of the big demon mantis, because he felt that the nickname of a big demon was better than his name. Wait. Name? Yi Xiaohe suddenly thought of something at this time, looked at Yi Feng and said quickly, My lord, I almost forgot one thing, Yi Xiaoguang also wants to change his name. He feels that Yi Xiaoguang cannot reflect his temperament, so he wants to change his name to Yi Xiaojiao. Because there is no chance to come out, when I came out, he specifically told me to tell you about this matter. Yi Xiaojiao? Small feet and big feet, a great contrast. From this point of view, the name Yi Xiaojiao can really reflect his characteristics. Thinking of this, Yi Feng also agreed directly. After all, the 10 official prodigal guards are all thoughtful people. Since the other party has his own ideas, he must support them. Xiaoming, although there was a little accident at the auction, I have seen your efforts. This is a complete copy of the Ghost Thunder Mysterious Classic. You can take it and practice it well. As he said that, Yi Feng also threw the secret book of the technique to Xiaoming. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully squandering money, reward 100 million squandering points, reward Deathworm *1000. Deathworm, a special kind of insect, with a normal lifespan of 1,000 years, only exists in the battlefield of the heavenly Tao. No matter whether it is a human or a monster, no matter what strength, once bitten by a deathworm, the deathworm will die within 1 minute, and the cultivator or monster bitten will also die with it. Seeing the special reward he got this time, Yi Feng also showed a touch of surprise. This kind of living reward was the first time he got it. This deathworm itself has no strength, and it is not even a monster, but it can take away the life of a strong man in the Ascension realm. It is really a special kind of insect. System, if you were bitten by this deathworm, is there any way to save yourself? With curiosity, Yi Feng also asked the system. Ding! Remind the host, once bitten by a deathworm, you can only be bitten by another deathworm within 1 minute, so that you can fight poison with poison and save yourself. Ding! Remind the host, the deathworm tastes extremely delicious. Huh? Hearing the reminder from the system, Yi Feng couldn't help laughing. Wasn't this a reminder for him on how to deal with these 1,000 deathworms? Xiaoming, we made quite a commotion this time, but you don't have to worry about your own safety. I will have someone protect you in secret. As for the items for auction, you can go to Xinghuan sect to get them at any time. By the way, your father is currently in Xinghuan sect. He is now an elder of Xinghuan sect. Okay, I have something else to do, so I have to leave first. You must develop Tianyu auction house. I believe you can do it. After saying that, Yi Feng smiled and patted Xiaoming's shoulder, then activated the space portal and disappeared directly into the guest room. Young Master Yi, I will never let you down. Looking at Yi Feng, who was leaving, Xiaoming's eyes also showed a firm look. Qiyang Kingdom, Purple Arrow God of War's mansion. Fuck. It's only been a while since I left, and young Master Yi is here again? Seeing the familiar space crack in front of them, the faces of the 9 war gods also became nervous. Purple Arrow God of War, what's wrong with your face? When Yi Feng walked out of the space crack, he looked at the pig-faced Purple Arrow God of War and asked with a surprised look. What's wrong? You still ask me what's wrong? You came here before and asked us for help, but I went to find the king, the crown prince, and Master Zhang. Who would have thought that when I came back, you were gone? As a result, the 8 war gods told the king, the prince, and Master Zhang about the matter. They were kicking me. What did I do to offend anyone? Didn't they just want to find 3 more people to take the blame? Looking at the silent purple arrow war god, Yi Feng felt that it was inconvenient for him to say anything, so he simply stopped asking. Purple arrow war god, I came here for something this time, so I have to trouble you to find the king, the prince, and Master Zhang. The purple arrow war god was speechless when he said this. Yi Feng now understands the purple arrow war god's tricks very well. No matter what he says later, I'm afraid that the purple arrow war god will go to the king, the prince, and others, so he said it first. Hearing Yi Feng's words, the purple arrow war god looked at Yi Feng with his eyes almost popped out. The king, the prince, and Master Zhang just kicked him out and left, and now they want him to go back. Although it was true this time, could those three people still believe him? Chapter 276 Young Master Yi has broken through, what are you afraid of? Young Master Yi, how about changing someone, let the tyrant sword god of war go? After taking a deep breath, the purple arrow god of war looked at Yi Feng and asked tentatively. No need to change people. You are still an expert in this kind of thing, so you go. Yi Feng directly rejected the purple arrow god of war's proposal. After all, in his opinion, professional matters must be handled by professionals. Crazy, hearing Yi Feng's words, purple arrow war god was almost going crazy. He was afraid that if he went to look for it again, he would be kicked back by the king, the crown prince, and Master Zhang. The other 8 war gods all showed a look of gloating at this time. Alas! Seeing that Yi Feng had made up his mind, purple arrow war god also sighed deeply, then soared into the sky and headed straight for the national palace. Young Master Yi, I wonder if we can help you. When purple arrow war god left, golden spirit war god also looked at Yi Feng with a little uneasiness and asked. Golden spirit war god, I don't need your help this time. I came here this time just to make a breakthrough, and then I want you to be a witness. Hearing the question of golden spirit war god, Yi Feng also smiled and said the purpose of coming this time. Knock. 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 Hearing this, golden spirit war god, flower rain war god, ghost song war god and silver dragon war god were directly frightened and stepped back several steps in succession. They had this guess before, but who could have thought it would come true? They are not afraid of Yi Feng's bankruptcy, but they are afraid of Yi Feng's guns and guns. What's wrong with these 4 old guys? Young Master Yi just wants to make a breakthrough, and we are just witnessing it. What are you afraid of? Seeing the 4 great war gods of Hanyu Kingdom showing fear at this time, the eyes of the tyrant sword god of war, the thunder stick god of war, the nether soul god of war and the mad dragon god of war all showed a hint of doubt. Old Zhan, let's run. Old Zhan, we have witnessed it once, so we don't need to witness it a second time. Old Zhan, since young Master Yi chose to stay in the Red Sun Kingdom, it must have nothing to do with us. I think we can leave. Hearing the words of the 3 war gods, the golden spirit war god angrily cursed, why are you all asking me? Why don't you listen to me at other times? Now it's time to take the blame, and you all think of me? I'm back. At this moment, Yi Feng suddenly looked into the distance. When he saw the purple arrow war god coming with the king, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Master Zhang, a smile appeared on his face, and then he muttered to himself, I said, professional matters can be left to professionals without any problem. Huh? Purple Arrow War God, why is your face swollen again? When the Purple Arrow War God fell from the sky, Yi Feng found this situation and asked hurriedly. Why is it swollen again? Can I say that the king and the prince thought I was lying to them again, so they gave me a beating in advance? Thinking of this, Purple Arrow God of War was almost aggrieved. He said that this time it was true, and he could come to Yi Feng to verify the truth. Who would have thought that the 3 people didn't believe him at all, and kicked him first? He felt that he had never been so aggrieved in his life. Okay. Since everyone is here, I will start to break through. With the experience of the last time, Yi Feng did not come here specifically to trick everyone this time, but would give everyone a hard work fee for helping him resist the thunder tribulation later. This will trigger another wasteful behavior. And everyone will not suffer any great harm, but can get great benefits. Boom. Boom. At this moment, four terrifying auras burst out, and the four war gods, including the golden spirit god of war, the ghost song god of war, etc., took out their own defensive spiritual weapons at this time, and posed a solemn posture ready to fight. Are they four crazy? It's obviously young Master Yi who is going through the tribulation. Why does it look like they are going through the tribulation? And it's just an ordinary thunder tribulation, what are they afraid of? Seeing the attitude of the four war gods at this time, the people of the Qiang kingdom also showed extremely puzzled expressions. Boom. As a burst of thunder sounded, an ordinary tribulation cloud began to condense in the sky. What shocked the people of the Qiang kingdom was that this ordinary tribulation cloud actually began to rapidly transform into a heavenly tribulation cloud, and the aura it exuded directly reached the level of the 6th level of heavenly tribulation cloud. The breakthrough from the first level of the tribulation realm to the second level of the tribulation realm actually led to the 6th level of the heavenly tribulation cloud? Stunned. The people of the Qiang kingdom were completely stunned at this time. They had never seen such a strange thing. Come on, hit me. As the 6th level of the heavenly tribulation cloud completely condensed and formed, Yifeng also stretched out a middle finger and shouted loudly. Boom! 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 As Yifeng's shouting fell, one after another heavenly tribulation of thunder skillfully struck the people below, but Yifeng was the only one who was safe and sound. No heavenly tribulation dared to strike him. This is the soul-breaking all things stone, which can be given to the purple arrow god of war. This is the ghostly mysteriousing stone, which can be given to the ghost song god of war. This is the demon flame spirit dragon grass, which can be given to the silver dragon god of war. While everyone was resisting the heavenly tribulation of thunder, Yifeng was sitting on the ground, constantly taking out one thing after another that everyone needed from the system space, as if this thunder tribulation had nothing to do with him. Crap. Those four old bastards must have known that this would happen when Yi Xiao breaks through, otherwise how could they be so well prepared? But they didn't even warn us, they are really not human. After cursing, Tyrant Blade God of War suddenly thought of something, and then hurriedly shouted to everyone, it seems that this heavenly Dao thunder tribulation doesn't dare to strike Yi Xiao, let's hide next to Yi Xiao. When everyone heard what Tyrant Blade God of War said, their eyes suddenly lit up, and then they all ran towards Yifeng. These guys still don't get beaten up enough by Heavenly Dao. If Heavenly Dao doesn't vent enough, will it come back to seek revenge after Heavenly Dao passes? Seeing the people of the Qiang kingdom gathered around Yifeng, the four great war gods, including the Golden Spirit War God and the Ghost Song War God, all showed a playful smile. Everyone, why are those four old guys still resisting the heavenly thunder tribulation? Shouldn't they come here to hide after seeing our method? Why do I always feel that something is wrong? At this time, seeing the four great war gods not far away still resisting the heavenly thunder tribulation, the state lord Zhao Tianqing spoke a little uneasy at this time. A moment later, when the heavenly thunder tribulation clouds in the sky completely dissipated, Yifeng also smiled and began to distribute hard work fees for resisting the thunder tribulation to everyone. As for the four great war gods of Hongyu Kingdom not far away, they also sat on the ground exhausted at this time. They had decided that when they return this time, the first thing they will do is to change their residence in the mansion. Although they can get benefits, they really can't bear it if Yifeng breaks through once and does it again. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully spending money, reward 100 million spending points, reward special task scroll *1. Chapter 277, is he also forced by the family to learn spending money? Another special reward? After hearing the system prompt sound, Yifeng also showed a touch of surprise. Special task scroll. After use, a special spending task will be randomly triggered. That's it? No more? When Yifeng checked the introduction of the special task scroll, he was stunned. This introduction is too concise. Use the special task scroll. With curiosity, Yifeng did not hesitate and used the special task scroll directly. Ding! The special task scroll was used successfully. Please ask the host to find 3 spendthrifts and let them know what a real spendthrift is. There is no time limit for the task. If the task is successful, you will be rewarded with a large number of spending points. There is a high probability of triggering special rewards. If the task fails, there is no penalty and it cannot be refused. Hey! After hearing the special mission in his mind, Yifeng also revealed a touch of surprise. This seemed to be the first mission that could not be refused. But what confused him was that a large amount was a large amount, but what the hell was a super large amount of wasteful points? A special wasteful mission, were they going to send him away directly and ascend to the upper realm? Anyway, I'm also going to go around the Xintian continent, and it's not difficult to find 3 prodigals by the way. No longer thinking about the supermassive prodigal points, Yifeng looked at the 9 war gods, the king, the prince, and others, and said, "Everyone, I have something to do and I have to leave first, but don't worry, I will come back to see you often." After that, Yifeng activated the space portal and disappeared from everyone's sight. Come back often? Are you not going to stop until you kill us? Boom! Just when everyone was laughing bitterly, with a thunderous explosion, the 4 war gods, including the Golden Spirit War God and the Ghost Song War God, looked at each other, and all immediately activated the space portal and fled from here. The 5 war gods of the Qiyang Kingdom, Zhao Tianqing, Zhao Ting and Zhang Dongfeng looked at the rapidly condensed Tiandao calamity cloud in the sky, and their eyes were filled with endless horror. They finally understood why the 4 war gods of the Hongyu Kingdom did not hide beside Yifeng before. It turned out that this Tiandao calamity cloud brought revenge later. Zifeng City. After returning to Zifeng City, Yifeng headed directly towards the East City Gate. After leaving the town, Yifeng took out the 9th grade gourd flying spiritual weapon and quickly flew north. After a while. What's the situation with that person? When Yifeng found that there was a young man in front of him who was driving side by side with the square iron plate flying spiritual weapon beside him, he also revealed a hint of doubt. Brother, what's the situation with you? Is the flying spiritual weapon broken? After catching up, Yifeng also asked with curiosity. What's broken? I use high-grade spiritual stones to activate the flying spiritual weapon, but I just don't sit on it. Hey, I just play. What do you know? Hearing Yifeng's question, the young man saw Yifeng sitting on the gourd flying spiritual tool and explained. What's going on? He just started his journey and met a prodigal son? Hearing what the young man said, Yifeng was really shocked, and he even wondered in his heart, are there so many prodigal sons in this alien world? However, what Yifeng didn't know was that the young man at this time was distressed. It was not that he didn't want to sit, but he didn't dare to sit at all, because in the dark, there was a family strongman staring at him. As long as he dared to sit on it, he would be prepared to be beaten. At this moment, the young man found that Yifeng did not continue to sit on the flying spiritual tool, but like himself, relying on the spiritual power in his body to keep pace with the flying spiritual tool, which also made him stunned. What's the situation with this guy? Is he also forced by his family to learn to be a prodigal son? The young man thought puzzledly at this time. Meet Yifeng. Yifeng also smiled at the young man and said. Zhu Hu. The young man thought about it and said his name. Brother Zhu Hu, are you a prodigal? After learning the young man's name, Yifeng also asked the question in his heart. What? I am a prodigal? I think you are the prodigal, your whole family is a prodigal. Hearing Yifeng's words, Zhu Hu was like a gunpowder, and he shouted directly at Yifeng. I am a prodigal son, and my whole family are prodigal sons, how did you know? Thinking of his own situation and the situation of everyone in the sect, Yifeng also admitted it very frankly. After hearing this, Zhu Hu was so shocked that his eyes almost popped out. He thought of countless ways for the other party to answer, but he never thought that the other party would answer like this. This time he didn't know how to respond. Brother Zhu Hu, why do I feel that you are very resistant to the 3 words of prodigal son? Looking at the confused Zhu Hu, Yifeng continued to ask curiously. Yes, I really want the title of prodigal son. In my opinion, everything should be used to its full potential. Spending money is a waste, and waste is shameful. If my family hadn't forced me to learn to spend money, I wouldn't do such a wasteful thing. At this point, Zhu Hu looked at Yifeng and continued, I advise you to leave as soon as possible, because there are strong people in the family who are secretly protecting me. If he thinks you are a threat to me because of your unintentional behavior, you will die. System, contact Xiao Jian and ask him to go and discuss with the strong people who are secretly protecting Zhu Hu to see if I can take Zhu Hu away. After listening to what Zhu Hu said, Yifeng also gave a direct order to the system. Ding. Host, are you sure you want to discuss it, not coerce it? Yes. Just discuss it. Hearing what the system said, Yifeng nodded firmly, but the smile at the corner of his mouth revealed his true thoughts. Brother Zhu Hu, I feel like you have some misunderstandings about prodigals. Without enough capital, prodigals are indeed a waste, but if there is enough capital, prodigals will be a kind of enjoyment. Yifeng has decided that he will do the opposite, first let Zhu Hu enjoy the joy of prodigals, know what a real prodigal is, and then let him successfully become a qualified prodigal. As for whether this counts as a quota for completing the special prodigal task, he has stopped thinking about it. He will not let a special prodigal task affect his play. On the other side, in the sky, a middle-aged man with a dignified face was always paying attention to Yifeng's every move, and behind him, a one-armed swordsman holding a blood-red rapier suddenly appeared. Stare. When the blood-red rapier full of blood appeared on his neck, the middle-aged man suddenly widened his eyes, and his eyes revealed endless horror. Let's discuss whether my master can take your young master away. If you agree, you leave immediately. If you don't agree, you leave immediately. Then, the excited voice of the one-armed madman rang from the middle-aged man's ear. Chapter 278 Brother Hua, let him see what a real loser is, damn. Is this a discussion? The middle-aged man couldn't believe his ears when he heard the one-armed madman's words. He couldn't believe that someone could talk about discussion so confidently. What do you want to do to my young master? Although he was extremely scared, the middle-aged man still asked. Don't worry. My master won't hurt your young master. Moreover, my master will train your young master into a qualified loser. The only thing you need to worry about is whether your family's assets will be enough for your young master to lose the family. Ha ha ha. Hearing the one-armed madman's words, the middle-aged man couldn't help laughing out loud. Worried about not having enough money? This was simply the funniest joke he had ever heard in his life. However, because of the laughter, his neck shook slightly, and the sharp blood-red rapier instantly cut a thin blood mark on the middle-aged man's neck. Damn it, I forgot there was a sword on my neck. The middle-aged man thought with fear at this time. Is squandering a family a kind of enjoyment? After hearing what Yifeng said, Zhu Hu shook his head, because he could not agree with Yifeng's point of view at all. Young master, you will stay with Yi Xiao for the next few days. At this moment, the middle-aged man suddenly fell from the sky quickly, and then looked at Zhu Hu seriously and said. Zhu Hu was stunned when he heard the middle-aged man's words. Uncle Zhang, do you know Brother Yifeng? Zhu Hu looked at the middle-aged man with a puzzled and surprised look and asked directly. No? I know nothing. If I don't come down to inform you, both of us, the master and the servant, will die here today. Yes, I do know Yi Xiao. You stay with Yi Xiao, and I don't need to continue to protect your safety. The head of the family and I will wait for you to come back at the family. After speaking, the middle-aged man blinked at Zhu Hu, and then turned and flew away, and soon disappeared from the sight of Zhu Hu and Yi Feng. Gone? Gone now? Seeing the middle-aged man leaving, Zhu Hu was stunned for a moment. Great! No one is watching me this time, I finally don't have to continue squandering money. After recovering, Zhu Hu excitedly shouted to Yi Feng beside him, and his eyes were full of gratitude when he looked at Yi Feng. If he hadn't met Yi Feng, he couldn't imagine how long he would be tortured. Looking at the excited Zhu Hu, Yi Feng also laughed. He really wanted to say to Zhu Hu that your life of a spendthrift has just begun. Young Master Yi, where do you want to go? Since Uncle Zhan asked me to follow you, I will follow you for the next period of time. After the excitement, Zhu Hu also looked at Yi Feng and asked. I don't have anywhere to go. Do you know if there is any fun place? Hearing Zhu Hu's question, Yi Feng also looked at the other party and asked. Fun places? Young Master Yi, you just said that you are a spendthrift. It happens that I have a friend who is also a complete spendthrift. How about we go find him? Zhu Hu heard what Yi Feng said, thought about it, and suddenly had an interesting idea in his heart, that is, to let Yi Feng see what a real spendthrift is. After all, the family of his friend and his family are both powerful hidden families. Although he doesn't like spendthrifts, his friend likes spendthrifts very much. Really? Where is your friend now? When Yi Feng heard Zhu Hu's words, his eyes lit up. He had not expected to encounter such a good thing right after coming out. Young Master Yi, my friend is not in the territory of the Qiang Kingdom. We may have to spend some time to get there. Seeing the white mini jade door the size of a palm that Yi Feng suddenly threw over, Zhu Hu's pupils gradually expanded, and then he looked at Yi Feng with an unbelievable look and asked, Young Master Yi, you don't want to use the space portal to get there? Yes, is there any problem? Yi Feng looked at Zhu Hu with doubts and asked back. Young Master Yi, this space portal is an extremely precious strategic material. Anyway, we are not in a hurry. We can get there in less than a month with the flying spirit tool. 1 month? I have ascended in a month. Hearing Zhu Hu's words, Yi Feng hurriedly urged the other party to activate the space portal, and at the same time let the other party take away his 9th grade gourd flying spirit tool. What are you doing? Time is what cultivators have the most. It's just a month. It's really not worth wasting a space. No, it's really not worth wasting 2 space portals. Thinking that Yi Feng would have to activate another space portal soon, Zhu Hu walked into the activated space portal with great heartache. Songyu Kingdom. Hantian City, in a luxurious mansion in the center of the town, as a space crack appeared, many strong men in the mansion instantly came to the sky above the courtyard, looking at the space crack that appeared in the courtyard. However, when Zhu Hu walked out of the space crack, many strong men also laughed. Mr. Zhu, you are finally willing to spend money. From childhood to adulthood, I have never seen you use a space portal. At this time, an old man in a gray robe fell from the sky and said to Zhu Hu with a smile. Grandpa Lu, don't laugh at me. By the way, I have another friend coming too. As he said that, Zhu Hu also took out Yi Feng's 9th grade gourd flying spiritual weapon. Okay, then you guys play, Mr. Hua is resting in the house, I won't disturb you. After the old man finished speaking, he also soared into the sky, and the other many strong men followed the old man and left the sky above the courtyard. Brother Zhu. Why are you here? At this moment, a voice full of surprise suddenly sounded from the house, and then a fat and big-eared young man walked out of the house with a happy face. Brother Hua. I won't tell you the details. Brother Zhu, I've been tortured to death in the past 2 months. However, a friend will come over soon. He is also a prodigal. When he comes, let him see what a real prodigal is. When Zhu Hu saw his friend Hua Qianyu coming out, he was a little less confident when he said this. He was really scared by Yifeng's prodigal behavior just now. The space portal was used as soon as he said it. Now he is a little worried whether his friend can calm him down. Chapter 279 1/3 of the task reward, 3 billion prodigal points? System. Once the special prodigal task is completed, how many supermassive prodigal points will be rewarded? On the other side, Yifeng asked the system with a hint of curiosity before activating the space portal. Ding. Remind the host that as long as the task is completed, the supermassive prodigal points obtained are enough to send the host away directly. Send me away directly? Saying more about the upper realm will kill you. After hearing the system's answer, Yifeng's face was instantly covered with black lines. Ding. Remind the host that the lower world is the lowest plane. If you stay there for too long, both the official and reserve prodigal guards will lose interest in coming out. It is recommended that the host speed up the ascension. Just as Yifeng was about to say something, the system's voice sounded again. Hey! I have only been in Tianhen continent for 2 or 3 months. Isn't this fast enough? After hearing the system's words, Yifeng also smiled helplessly. Ding. Remind the host that the upper world is much more fun than the lower world. The host can play in the upper world for a little longer. Well, hearing this, Yifeng showed a hint of expectation. Since the system said that the upper realm is much more fun, it will definitely be very interesting. In this case, let's speed up the ascension again. It doesn't matter if we don't visit this Tianhen continent. System, contact Xiao Jian and Xiao Tang, let them increase their training efforts, let everyone absorb the super spiritual pill faster again, and at the same time ensure that their foundation is stable. After giving the order to the system, Yifeng directly activated the space portal. Songyu Kingdom, Hantian City. As a space crack appeared, Zhu Hu and Hua Qianyu in the courtyard also looked over. Young Master Yi, you are finally here. Looking at Yifeng, who appeared on the gourd flying spirit tool, Zhu Hu also laughed and shouted. Young Master Yi, this is my good friend, his name is Hua Qianyu. Brother Hua, this is young Master Yi. Soon, Zhu Hu also introduced each other's identities to the two. Young Master Yi, since you are Zhu Hu's friend, you are also my friend, Hua Qianyu. Come in. Hua Qianyu also smiled and invited Yifeng to walk into the house in the courtyard. Inside the house. Young Master Hua, this tea? Hearing Yifeng's words, Hua Qianyu also revealed a proud look, and said directly, Young Master Yi, this tea is made of rain tea, and the water used is white flame dew. This pot of tea alone is worth 10,000 top-grade spirit stones. What are you doing? I mean, this tea is not good. Why are you showing off? Looking at Hua Qianyu with a proud face, Yifeng suddenly couldn't do it. How could he say this? After all, I overestimated young Master Yi. Looking at Yifeng, who was frightened and speechless by a pot of expensive tea, Zhu Hu felt that his previous worries were completely unnecessary. What are you doing? Sighing. Good friends, singing a double act, you pretend to be cool, I sigh? Looking at Zhu Hu sighing on the side, Yifeng was completely stunned. After a moment. Young Master Yi, it's not even night yet, why are you soaking your feet? Seeing Yifeng take out 3-foot basins from the space ring, Zhu Hu asked, with a puzzled look on his face. Brother Zhu. Shut up. However, before Yifeng could say anything, Hua Qianyu on the side stared at the 3-foot basins and shouted. Soul-devouring black-green wood. Looking at the rings of tree rings, it must be more than 5,000 years old. Hua Qianyu felt like he was going crazy to use such precious soul-devouring black-green wood to make a foot basin. He really wanted to shout to Yifeng, "You are a loser." Soul-purifying water. However, when Hua Qianyu saw Yifeng take out a small wooden barrel, normal, and then poured out the soul-purifying water into the 3-foot basins, he screamed in his heart. Soaking his feet in the soul-purifying water, even if he was a spendthrift, he couldn't do such a crazy wasteful act. Even if he wanted to do this, his family couldn't afford it, and they might even break his 2 big fat feet. Brother Hua, why are you looking at me like that, soaking your feet? I don't know what Brother Ye's foot soaking water is, it's so fucking comfortable. Zhu Hu also said in confusion when he found Hua Qianyu glaring at him with his little eyes. Snap. 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 Hearing Zhu Hu's words, Hua Qianyu was so angry that he slapped Zhu Hu on the head one after another, and cursed at the same time, "You only know how to soak your feet, and you don't listen to me when I tell you to spend more money, and you don't know anything, I'm almost mad at you." Hiss. After the beating and scolding, when Hua Qianyu put his feet into the soul-purifying water, he felt his soul tremble suddenly, and the feeling of comfort was so good that he was speechless. It's so fucking good. It's ridiculous. I wanted to let Master Yi know what a real prodigal is. Who would have thought that I was just sitting in a well and looking at the sky, like a jumping clown? In front of Master Yi, I am a worthless prodigal son. Although Yifeng only took out the foot basin and soul-purifying water made of soul-devouring black-green wood, Hua Qianyu was really convinced. He dared to guarantee that Yifeng was definitely the ceiling of the prodigal world. Ding! Congratulations to the host for letting Hua Qianyu realize what a real prodigal is. 1/3 of the task reward will be issued. Congratulations to the host for getting 3 billion prodigal points. Just as Yifeng was enjoying the comfort of soaking his feet, the voice of the system suddenly rang out from his mind. Fuck. 3 billion prodigal points for 1/3 of the reward? After hearing the prompt sound of the system, Yifeng was shocked. After completing all of it, wouldn't it be possible to get 9 billion prodigal points? You know, he only needs 7 billion prodigal points to break through to the peak of the 9th level of the tribulation realm. System, if I break through to the 9th peak of the crossing tribulation realm, do I still need to consume the spendthrift points when facing the 9 heavenly thunder tribulations? After calming down, Yifeng also asked the system directly. Ding. Remind the host, when you break through to the peak of the 9th level of the tribulation realm, you can directly induce 9 heavenly thunder tribulations. You only need to withstand 9 heavenly thunder tribulations, and you no longer need to consume the points of wasted money. After hearing the system's answer, Yifeng thought about it and asked again, System, did you deliberately reward me with this special task scroll, with the purpose of making me speed up my ascension to the upper realm? Ding. The system cannot control the task rewards, all rewards are uncontrollable. Haha. Hearing this from the system, Yifeng sneered. If he believed this, he would be a big fool. He could believe it for serious matters, but if it was not serious matters, he felt that the system's mouth was a lie, and whoever believed it would regret it. System, I don't have a mouth, you asked me last time. Chapter 280, I want to break through, so I won't disturb you guys from soaking your feet. Brother Hua. Why did you hit me just now? Noticing that Hua Qianyu was in a better mood at this time, Zhu Hu asked aloud. Why did I hit you? Didn't I tell you the reason when I hit you? Hearing Zhu Hu's words, Hua Qianyu looked at him with a dark face. He didn't expect Zhu Hu to not understand yet. Hey! Seeing Zhu Hu still showing a puzzled look, Hua Qianyu sighed helplessly, and then said, Do you know what this foot basin and foot bath water are? Just then, Yifeng suddenly interrupted Hua Qianyu's words and smiled directly. You too, I want to break through, so I won't disturb you to soak your feet. Break through? Others break through with sufficient preparation, and then find a secluded place to break through with all their strength. You want to break through while soaking your feet? Hearing Yifeng's words, Zhu Hu and Hua Qianyu were really shocked. Boom, as a suffocating and terrifying aura burst out from Yifeng's body, Zhu Hu and Hua Qianyu were so shocked that their eyes almost popped out. Go to the peak of the 9th level of the Purple Mansion realm. The other party actually hit his strength. Both of them have the strength of the 3rd level of the Yuanshan realm, but under the pressure of this terrifying aura, they only have one feeling, that is, they are as small as ants. Void realm? Tribulation realm? They don't know what level Yifeng's strength has reached, but they know one thing, that is, they are about to be scared to death. Outside the house. When the ordinary tribulation cloud appeared above the courtyard, many strong men who had left the Hua mansion before returned again. Feeling the breakthrough aura emanating from the house, and looking at the ordinary tribulation cloud in the sky, everyone's face turned ugly. When a cultivator in the tribulation realm is breaking through the thunder tribulation, there cannot be anyone within 100 meters. Once there is someone, not only will the power of the thunder tribulation be enhanced, but in addition to the person who has broken through, the rest of the people will also be attacked by the thunder tribulation. Everyone, don't act rashly. Once we enter the range of the tribulation cloud, I'm afraid there will be even more unpredictable situations. If the young master and Zhu Xiao are in danger, I will take action, and you must not take action. At this time, the old man Lu Han has already made up his mind to die. Even if he dies, he must save his young master and Zhu Hu. Boom. 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 At this moment, ordinary thunderbolts fell from the calamity clouds, aiming directly at the many strong men above the courtyard. Fuck. What's going on? We are not within the range of the calamity clouds, why is this thunderbolt coming towards us? When many strong men found that the thunderbolt was actually striking them, everyone was stunned. After recovering, they all burst out their own powerful aura and began to resist the thunderbolt. What is going on? Is the calamity cloud blind, or is the thunderbolt splitting its legs? Why did it strike us instead of those who have broken through? Lu Han, who easily resisted ordinary thunderbolts, was full of confusion and puzzlement on his face at this time. Ha ha ha. Old Lu, this thunderbolt has not increased its power much, it's like playing to resist it, there is no pressure. Now there is no need to worry about the safety of the young master. At this moment, a strong man in the mansion laughed and shouted to Lu Han. Golden Spirit God of War, brother, be prepared to bear the wrath of heaven. I mocked you like this last time, but I was struck so hard that I doubted my life. When Lu Han heard this, his face suddenly changed when he was about to say something, and then he looked up at the sky. Not good. Everyone, leave here quickly and run away. The robbery cloud is starting to turn into the robbery cloud of heaven. Lu Han, who noticed the difference in the calamity cloud, immediately shouted to the more than 20 strong men in the mansion around him. A moment later, the many strong men who had escaped gathered again in the sky above the courtyard with a look of collapse. Because the heavenly Tao calamity cloud was rapidly expanding its coverage, giving them no chance to escape, and the farther they ran, the more terrifying the power of the heavenly Tao calamity cloud was. Some people even felt the breath of the 9th heavenly Tao calamity cloud. If a heavenly Tao thunder calamity came down, they would really be dead. But after returning here, the breath of the heavenly Tao calamity cloud here was only the strength of the first heavenly Tao calamity cloud. From now on, everyone will do their best to resist the heavenly Tao thunder calamity. If anyone dares to say another word, I will be the first to chop him to death. At this time, Lu Han looked at the strong man in the mansion who had just mocked the heavenly Tao with anger and shouted loudly. A few minutes later, When the heavenly tribulation clouds in the sky finally dissipated, many strong men finally breathed a sigh of relief. Although it was the first level of heavenly tribulation, resisting 5 or 6 in a row was extremely strenuous for them. No matter who Zhu Shao's friend is, we must not let the young master and Zhu Shao continue to be with each other. Thinking of this, Lu Han also flew directly to the house in the courtyard below. Boom! However, just when Lu Han was halfway through the flight, a breath of breakthrough burst out from the house again. Crazy! When many strong men in the mansion looked at the heavenly tribulation clouds that gathered again in the sky, at this moment, they were really going crazy. Just broke through to the third level of the tribulation realm, and broke through again in a short time. This is something that people can do. But the breakthrough is a breakthrough, and what they are upset about is that this heavenly thunder tribulation does not strike the person who has broken through, but instead stares at them and strikes. Who can withstand this? Everyone listen to the order. Prepare to resist the heavenly thunder tribulation. Lu Han, who flew back to the sky, also shouted in extreme frustration at this time. Others broke through. He resisted the thunder tribulation. He has never experienced such a frustrating thing in his life. Everyone listen to me. Today's heavenly tribulation cloud is extremely abnormal. When the tribulation cloud dissipates, everyone must escape from here as soon as possible. I will stay here alone to protect the young master and Zhu Shao. As the first level of the heavenly thunder tribulation fell again, Lu Han also shouted to everyone. Inside the house. Master Yi. Are you really breaking through? After all, when breaking through, you need to control the surging spiritual power in your body with all your heart and soul. Otherwise your life will be in danger. Also, can I ask, Master Yi, what is your strength? Looking at Yi Feng, who seemed fine, Hua Qianyu asked with surprise. If Yi Feng's body was not still filled with the breath of breakthrough, he really couldn't believe that someone could break through like this. Of course I am breaking through. As for my strength, I am currently breaking through the 4th level of the tribulation realm. Hearing Hua Qianyu's question, Yi Feng also smiled and explained.